Oh, nice festive background, Mandarin.
Yeah, they added it, so I'm using it. What can I say?
I tried last time and it cut off my head. So.
So I've heard.
I don't know how to do that background here, so I guess I can do it through through broadcast. But
I mean,
there's like an option on the drop down of the camera change video background. It's a little goofy. That's all.
Like voice and video background. Yeah.
There we go. Hello.
Hey.
Oh.
I mean, it's mostly working for me. So
I see what's going on.
That was super loud. Holy shit.
I wish it was snowing here.
Apparently, it thinks my chair is part of the background now, but
it depends on the color, yeah. You don't have to see my ugly, mess up room in the background. Although now half my face is gone.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can always just turn it to blur.
Yeah, that's true.
It's usually less impactful.
With 'tis the season. So how's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good today.
It's finals week.
Exhausted.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's fun time for you then.
Yeah, for you too. Yeah.
Try grading over 100 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of going outside to cut down trees in a park with a group of people.
Yeah, I just want like 4 or 5 days of snow, and that's it. I could do with that, and then no more snow.
Snippet of winter.
Yeah, because it's like, the first time I saw snow, I was in Jersey. It was like, wow, snow! It's like great. That was the year that 2, not 1, but 2 northeasters hit New Jersey, back to back.
Yeah.
There was snow in the parking lot until May.
Yep.
Yeah, that was something. And then and then when I went back to the States, I went to Michigan. Because of course, if I wouldn't want snow, lake effect snow is the best way to go.
Yeah.
I went up to Massachusetts for like my freshman year of college. First time snow happened, I nearly ate shit on ice.
Yeah, you did see a lot of people.
Zero experience, no expectation, immediately straight to the ground.
Hey, you gotta love love the 70 inches per year state, huh?
Look out for the icy patch.
Yeah. The thing is that you have no. To me, it just looked like water. So it was like that. Well, it was, but not frozen water. So it was like.
Actually, the other day, fucking everything got icy. My car was ice. The sidewalk was ice. The road was ice.
And then in the summer, we had hailstones.
Classic.
Yeah.
Because of course.
Yeah. See, there's no actual summer up here. There's like the summer solstice, and that's the entirety of summer.
I could actually live up there because
it's just winter light.
There's no winter. And the summers are just way too much.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's winter down here, which means it's now 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's nice.
I fucking wish.
Yeah. I wish it would just stay this way the whole year round, but that's never going to happen.
Here is about 79, 78 if you lucked out. Yeah. So
43 right now in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are getting above 50?
Yeah. In December you sometimes do, but come January it really dips a bit. In February. Yeah. Anyway, also saw the trailer for Halo, the series. I hope they actually make it. It's like it looks impressive.
Oh, they're making a miniseries?
Yeah, they're making a series for Paramount Plus. Yeah.
For Paramount Plus. I was about to ask who.
Yeah, and so they show some of the graphics. Well, some of the stuff they're doing, like they show High Charity, and I'm like, wow, that's where they spend their budget.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice. Yeah.
There's apparently like a ton of novels for Halo, so like they got a lot of stuff to work with. Maybe it'll be something fun.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get started because in your game in Greyhawk right now, it is the wonderful winter blood-soaked land. So let's see what happens. Hi, everybody. We're already live, talking about a little things here and there, and we are going to start with the presentations of characters. Let's start with Theta, who is transitioning back to an older character, I think. Bless you.
Yeah, I'm Tavian, that old character I used to play. I sure do love owning this mansion in Greyhawk.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. Although somebody broke into my basement and released a demon.
Weird shit happens like that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Griffin.
Hey, everybody, I'm Griffin. I'm playing Baron Kicks the Shield. He's a hero, an adventurer. He takes on all challenges. He has an ego, and that's what he's here for.
Next up, we have Pandaren.
Hey, I'm playing Barracat. He's a bard. He does the talking, and lots of it.
Whoa.
And draws all the attention onto other people, such as Kix.
Yeah!
Who wants all the attention. It's a great combination.
And last but certainly not least, we have Robert.
I am playing Lael, who's a monk, and I am very confused. Why is Gar back?
Davian.
How is it's not why, but how.
It usually is a how, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a lot of catching up to do, don't I?
A little.
So yeah. Anyway, we began with war, a winter war here in the Wild Coast.
Good God, Wall.
Yeah, you managed to parry an attack on your allies in Pasquarel, but sadly, there was another attack. It was just a diversion to draw you out of the keep so they could outflank you. On your way back, you see that you see in the distance fire racing from your rival baron's terrain. Apparently, and you get some reports of some stragglers. The keep fell. Now, your reports, if you send any troops to scout, you realize that hundreds of orcs and others were killed. So it was a bloody battle. But in the end, they were they were no match for the forces that were arrayed. But it also means that your forces have been bypassed, and that they're heading through the forest to Pasquarel. There we go. I don't know. Oh, that's a token. That's one. That's why I used. Let's put this back in the map layer as it should go. Okay. And they're heading through the forest to this direction, north to Pasquarel. From there, they can hit the road all the way to either go west, bypass the forest, and go into Selene, or continue northward to Greyhawk. Even if they stop at Pasquarel, they would have been farther north than have been in nearly 30 years. In this surprise winter campaign. You also have reports that somewhere around this part is a second prong of the attack, right by the second river here. If they manage to cross that, they could either go to the east to Safeton, or link up with the forces going to Narwhal and basically surround and destroy Pasquarel. And you would be then left surrounded by enemies deep in enemy territory, and they could wipe you out in their convenience. Bring more forces, or have those forces come back and attack you from a different direction. So right now you have two options, or you have two things to take care of. It depends on what order you do it. If you hurry, attack the bridge, and find a way to either block it or bring it down, you can buy yourself some time, and therefore the pincers won't unite in the north. Or you can try to save Pasquarel, and then hopefully with that, then trying to move and block this other attack. But that will be multiple battles, and whatever casualties you suffer north, you won't be able to replace once you go south. So,
do you have a second token like this sword dagger? I don't know what that one is.
What type of? I could clone
anything
that if you
that's
want.
not that one specifically, since we know that one is us.
Okay, so to mention the Yorks.
Yeah, just put them on the map as, suspected where they are, sort of things. Like if we had if you imagine us in like a campaign room where we'd have like our own little map and be like, oh, we'll put a thing here and we'll put a thing here.
I think I can come up with some the things that I have. A lot.
How would we use? Would it be a simple matter of blowing up the bridge just to slow them down?
Well, I mean, it depends on. A matter of slowing down would probably be disabling or blocking the bridge would be the best way to do it. Blowing it up, well, it depends on what you have to blow it up.
It's also an unnatural snow, and it's my belief that they're planning to freeze the water so they can just march over it.
We could also, yeah, that could be a problem then if that's the case.
Well, we should definitely put on the list, figure out where that ritual is occurring. I'm not sure if we have a way to pinpoint it.
Well, you do have some resources. You can call in some allies.
That is true. Do have my Sphinx who can answer many questions, but I'm not sure if they can answer this specific one.
I think that Sphinxes are famous for doing.
I mean,
it was the other thing.
They're also they're also a flying creature as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be useful as well.
Indeed. I'm just taking a look. They have Legend Lore, Dispel Magic. They're definitely... there's a lot of things they can do. I'm just not sure how we could ask them if they can find it.
Well, it's also a trek to get to them.
Right, it's just to the north.
Okay,
so it's in the forest way over here.
Oh, right.
We had this discussion last week.
We clarified that last time, yeah. Whoops.
I mean, you do have spells as well.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have teleportation?
Axios does.
Not long distance.
You didn't ask that. You always answer the question that was asked.
I made a token, by the way, to represent the enemy forces if you care.
Oh, thank you.
I'll drop it in the chat.
I can upload that.
It's just like a generic, orc banner thing or whatever.
Who did you give your messaging stones to again?
The chicken.
The chicken.
No, the woman in the port city that we were just at.
Hard something?
Yeah, hard
by.
Mm-hmm.
And who has the other one?
Marcus, who was with us, basically, so me.
Well, I mean, if you can contact the chicken hard by, whatever the hell it's called, and they might have somebody with teleport, or they have a teleportation circle that might be able to reach Greyhawk. We can go A to B and B to C. I mean, we can't, but they could.
Let's see. Her name is Daria.
Why would you go to Greyhawk, though?
I'm not saying go to Greyhawk. I'm saying they could contact Greyhawk.
Right. One way or another, a messenger's already been sent out, as soon as this happened, so they're maybe about a week in now?
You understand that the importance of communication is timeliness, right? If we can give Greyhawk up-to-date information, it's more important than a messenger who's on foot.
Right, but I'm just doing what we can right now. If all else fails, or we have no other solution.
Literally, minute-to-minute conversation is more important than a lot of other stuff that we could be doing.
I'm going to put in the budget, establish magical communication to Greyhawk, and I'm going to hope we eventually get the money for it.
This is why we don't get along, Kix. Because I'm telling you that we literally have it.
We literally just met Tavian.
Yes, and this is why we don't get along. That you raided my mansion.
Can I do a perception check on that?
Why would you perception check? Why wouldn't you insight? What happened to Robert?
Wrong campaign. 19.
I don't know what
go.
you're inciting, though. I didn't lie about anything.
I'm inciting the fact...
You can tell Kix totally knows and is just playing along.
Okay, that's all I
And
needed to know.
digging it deeper.
I'm saying insight doesn't tell you everything, especially if nothing is on hand to be asked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly just fucking around anyway.
Yeah, this is all for fun.
Well, I'm not joking about the fact that instant communication is it's like changes everything for a war. We could win the war with instant communication.
Okay, the messaging spells then, is that a possibility for long distances?
They have a messaging stone to go to Hardby, and Hardby is an important port for Greyhawk, and they'll obviously have some way to communicate with Greyhawk if they don't have a teleportation circle themselves.
Then we should be using that messaging stone to get to Hardby so they can actually send the info to Greyhawk then for that. But that's that. What about dealing with the battle at hand? We have apparently a pincer happening. We should take out one of the pincers.
Right. Do you win many
games?
Right.
We have to make a decision between A or B.
Quick question. So the keep, Maestrin's keep fell, but did they leave anyone there to hold it, or did they just destroy it and go past?
Yeah, they destroyed it and went past.
Okay.
Here's my suggestion. We need a small team to actually destroy the bridge to slow down their pincer, and then apprehend the other group and fight them from behind with our own pincer. We need troops to meet them in the front, and then we can hit them from the side in a surprise attack.
If they're freezing the water and are able to move across it, our forces will be distracted trying to take out half of a pincer movement, and the other half of their pincer will come up behind us and attack our fortress. We'll have nowhere left to go.
Do we know they're actually trying to freeze the water?
It's
no,
supernatural.
It's speculation.
It's not speculation that it's a supernatural effect causing this freeze to come upon us. What other reason would they be doing that?
Then is there a way to defrost the water?
Sure. I suppose if you had enough salt, it could work. It would avoid freezing.
But do we have any... Back at the keep, did Gar have any spells that were powerful enough to maybe defrost the earth or thaw the elements or anything like that?
I'm working on this spell to create a supernova.
I've been working on the spell of weather manipulation.
I'm just saying,
which keep thing has that ability, but one of them would have if we had built it.
I'm saying that might be at least an alternative to slow them down. That's, again, assuming they're going to use that to cross. We know they're coming from that way regardless, so we can actually maybe set up a garrison to buy us time if need be.
What if we evacuate everybody into the dream portal?
Do we have any intel on either of these armies? Like, what their composition or size is?
That would be an intelligence check, which will be your kingdom rating plus D20.
Yep, let's go ahead and open that up again. That would be...
Would be intrigue? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's part of intrigue, but rolls can be made outside of intrigue.
Okay.
Well, I'd say you said kingdom rating, so the only rating that we have is...
I guess that'd be espionage, right?
Espionage, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Axios, why don't you roll 1d20 plus 1?
1d20 plus 1, well, that'll never go well.
Did we only put a 1 in espionage?
Yes, we did.
Hey,
we have
wonder
3
who
in
did
diplomacy and 3 in operations, and 0 lore.
I wonder who put the 1 in.
I went all on resources.
Yeah.
A 6. No, we don't.
The problem is that this snow is not only causing, possible freezes, but more importantly, it's making travel between places very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of it's a problem of getting to, especially in the either in the open plains or that you're basically going through but now becoming feet of snow. If you don't have the right equipment or the expertise, and this place doesn't see this kind of snow usually. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody around here is really prepared for this kind of weather. And so getting, by the time somebody comes in and tries to, also being out of the way, it's very difficult for somebody to stand there, even if they're hidden, for more than a couple of hours without either freezing to death or starting a fire and exposing themselves. And they either get attacked or they have to pull back. And something normally you would be able to just go in and hide and observe for a couple of hours, a day or two,
Can we call upon any sort of magic to maybe cast endure elements for our own troops to maybe weather, no pun intended, but weather the fact that it's so damn cold?
I know we don't have any battle magic that does that. And that's the magic that handles armies.
And the magical part of the keep is not modified to, it's not made to modify existing spells. So you could have made a battle version of the spell, but
I don't give a shit. So
what spell does it have? So I'm aware for the keep.
What?
Does the keep actually have a spell, or is it just okay?
Yeah, special things.
It hasn't control elements and stuff like that, but no.
I know all the books that pass through the territory.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can scry anything in our hex.
In fact, the immediate area, because you've been trying to control the weather, keep it a little warmer in the immediate area. The northern part of the lake, which is also part of that, that's not frozen at all because you've been keeping there. But once you leave, that might change.
Right.
So they can't. Right now, they cannot use the lake to, and it'll take some time. Right? This is not, it's not instant freeze either, right? You've been countering their spell.
I hate to ask this so far into the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Why is our territory? Why are we on the very bottom left of our own territory?
Because that used to be whether you built a castle, because that was where the.
Well, I just mean, like, if you look at Pasquarel, it's in the center of its hex thing, and what's his name is in the center of Hicks hex thing, and we're way off on the border of our own.
I mean, it's a way of changing it. I could change it so. I mean, you're supposed to be near the lake anyway because you have access to the water.
It just seems weird. That's the ruins are the center of our hex.
Yeah, I think the answer is that it was specifically because this keep was here, and this was meant to be that we aren't directly overlapping territory intentionally.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, if we were there, we would be exactly the same as Pasquarel is doing to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just be overlapping the same as they are. We'd be touching Pasquarel's territory.
Right. Overall, this is more... I think this is more an informal border than anything. I don't think it had a mechanic or anything. This is just like, oh, hey, we control the area around our keep.
I just thought it was weird. I thought I'd bring it up. I just noticed. I don't know how I just noticed, but I just noticed.
So, splitting up our force...
What actually happened, is that I moved it recently by mistake. So, yeah, you should be at the center.
Okay.
Let me... It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, he makes like some point. It's just like I was moving stuff around and the borders were at the on the token level and not the map level. So let me. Yeah, it should be.
And back to the stuff we said at the beginning. Do we get new information from Pasquarel?
Have you talked to the people?
I mean, since we left from helping them. Well, I mean, we got information from what's his name's keep, and that's only a hex away.
Yeah.
So 6 miles or whatever we said that was.
It was okay. This is the way it was actually. Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
So there was an overlap with territory there.
Yeah.
From Pasquarel, you got troops, and they're keeping an eye on the south, but.
Right. I just mean that if we got the information that what's his name, so I can't remember emo guy's name, his fortress was destroyed and overrun, that we might have gotten information about what Pasquarel's current situation is. Since it's only one hex over, it's like a day away.
You were there. You were already there. Remember, you fought.
Right. But the guy's place being overrun is recent information. That would have happened after we had left Pasquarel.
you discover that as you were moving north, going to the keep.
God, I don't remember. Because I thought that shit was Crane. I thought Crane and them went there after Pasquarel. Was that before Pasquarel?
That was before.
Okay.
Yeah. And he told you, no, yes, I would accept if I get control of your troops, blah, blah, blah.
No, I remember the conversation. I just thought the order of events was different.
Nope.
Because if Pasquarel is still standing and we're still here, that means our borders are at least...
not totally porous, but we got someone who slipped past the line anyway, and that's the problem.
Right, because Pasquarel was blocked into their own territory and they couldn't even defend themselves.
Right. Well, right now we have two forces. We don't know what's in either of them. If we were to split our forces, we'd run the risk of losing both battles, would be my current opinion. So we do probably have to just choose one. Of choosing between these two, this army is undoubtedly going to come up to the keep, the southern one here.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is undoubtedly going to go straight to Narwhal.
If they're already
and the one
heading
to
to
the
Narwhal.
north is...
Exactly. So, in our opinion, given our knowledge of the of what Narwhal's capable of, how well will Narwhal fare if we decide to tackle the other army first?
I think fail is the answer there.
How hard? How many people are going to burn? How easy do they fall here?
They could last a couple of days, but even though they have walls and all that, they don't really have a lot of forces. They depend on, a timely arrival of reinforcements, right? And one of the reasons why your keep was positioned so they can move forward, and anybody who comes up would meet those defenses first before reaching Pasquarel and buying time for Pasquarel to either retreat or get more reinforcements, etc. In fact, you would expect reinforcements from Safeton, which is to your east, in fact they're closer, or you would expect closer also be on the march from Greyhawk, but you haven't heard anything from that.
Right, that might take some time still, and well, it hasn't happened.
How many days before they reach Narwhal do we know?
With the snow right now, although they are apparently prepared for that, it doubles the time, so 8. So it's basically a day per hex. So
that would be about
3 to 4 days.
The problem is if you wanted to try and chase them down, you would be chasing them, which would increase the amount of time the other has to reach our keep.
Right. If they go to Narwhal, then they still then they will be at Narwhal for some time before we get them.
What you do is you use your messaging stone to send a message to Hardby so that they can send a message to Greyhawk, which is only a week away, and they would be able to get reinforcements there while we handle the pincer movement from the front. That's why instant communication is so valuable.
Well, you don't have the stones. You gave both of them up.
Well, I don't know. I just asked it out loud, and you didn't say anything when Pandarin said that we still had the other half of the stone.
No,
I feel like I'm speaking for
I think you gave
Harry
one
Potter
to her.
One is with Arya.
The other one
is with Marcus, who is with us.
Okay. He can send a message.
Yeah. Right. We also know that the army to the north is not at full strength, because they had to fight a fucking castle.
Right.
Okay, is there any way to warn Narwhal as well about this? Do they know that they're about to be attacked?
Send a message.
A rider can get there before an army. They will be informed. The greater thing to keep in mind here is that they would have to hold out for 4 days if we don't deal with that army first.
We can't catch up with them. We're as fast as they are, and they're ahead of us.
Then
sending our army out is going to leave...
I keep getting cut off, so I can't explain the logic of the travel happening here. It'll take 4 days for the North Army to get to Narwhal, and then it will stay there attacking for some time. If we spend 2 days going south, and then 6 days going north, then there's 4 days that we have to hope Narwhal holds out and keeps them distracted.
Versus 3 days that the army that it would take for the army from Greyhawk just to get to Narwhal.
I'm not even thinking about Greyhawk reinforcing.
Because it's fucking... that we have the one advantage of communication. Why are you being dumb about this?
Actually, the time for Greyhawk will be closer to 2 weeks.
You said they're a week away.
Why.
It's always been a week from Narwhal to Greyhawk.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every time I've asked, we had a Lail walk from Greyhawk to Narwhal, and it was a week.
I was under
because he's a speedster superhero.
It was
It
a
doesn't
week
affect
for
ground
me.
communication. That doesn't affect ground walking across the map. It's always 8 hours, no matter who you are.
Then, all right, here's what I suggest, and tell me if this is a bad idea. I'll be the messenger. I can get to Narwhal quicker than probably any scout we have. I'll go up there, let them know, and we'll start shoring up the fences, buy you as much time as possible so you can take out the other army.
Right? Do everything you can, Loyal. I
And
trust this to you.
as I do that, use that stone to get into contact with whoever it's on the other end to send reinforcements to help Narwhal first. If it's from Safeton, that's fine. If it's from Greyhawk, whatever. They need to mobilize by tonight or by tomorrow morning if they're going to have a chance. But I'll buy as much time as I can.
Good.
Or you could split your forces. You could go, the suggestion, and deal with the bridge, because the bridge just needs to be taken down. You don't need an army to do it. And you can send your army north.
Right. I wasn't really certain about like the practicality of like, can 5 people take down a bridge? I wasn't certain sure about that. So I was working with the army for now.
We have a
But if you're
paladin
saying
and a
that's a
cavalier.
possibility.
We have NPCs that can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You do.
What are you suggesting we split up
We
to?
also have a bunch of dwarves.
Famously,
Are they
don't
with
walk very
us?
fast.
Are they with us, the dwarves?
Yeah, let me tell you what forces you have right now.
Yeah, and this
How
is something you all probably know, but I don't know this, so I actually need this.
You
Yeah,
have
let's get you up to date.
2 units of you have 3 units of infantry plus human infantry plus 1 dwarven infantry. So that's 4. You have 1 special unit. Well, it depends on whether Tarvin did it or not, but I'm assuming they have, of archers. You have another unit of elven archers, and then you have 2 units of cavalry.
No, mine are normal units. Remember we talked about this, the other thing that you kept telling me I should do? You're looking confused, and yet you're the one who told me to do it.
No, you asked me whether you wanted to create the unit or
Yeah,
have them
and
be
I
on the
said,
field.
hey, the other thing that you told me to do, will that make those 2? And you said yes. And I said, okay, then I'm not making them an army unit.
So you make no army unit then?
No, because I can't make both. I can only make one or the other.
So you don't have any of that. Okay, so you don't have a unit of archers.
No, because I still have to make the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no Tavern unit, got it. So this is still a substantial little bit of army.
But if we can save the army units to do the army stuff. As was already said, we don't need an army unit to take out the bridge. We have a good number of NPCs that are not involved in the army units.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like we have the artificer. We have a dwarf who is now our captain, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We have the cavalier.
I think the paladin's still around, isn't she?
I think
Both paladins.
that is the.
Yeah, that's the cavalier. You mean if you mean Alexander, I assume he's still around.
Yeah.
No, Alexander's.
That's not who
around.
I meant, but I guess he's still around too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we said them to take out the bridge.
It's the B team.
Pretty much.
Well, let's see. I don't need to lead the army. Like, Axiom, you were doing great. Tavian, you were doing great.
I'm not,
Marcus was doing great.
I mean, I'm not really a war guy.
You still
kind
did
of are a
great.
war guy.
Axion, don't sell yourself short. You're more capable than you think.
Okay, it's not that I'm not capable of being a war guy. I'm a musician, and I would rather be a musician, honestly.
Then let's go ahead and start with a question. What do we practically need to destroy the bridge?
Dynamite.
Swords.
I don't.
Yeah, can we just hack at it with swords? What kind of bridge is this?
Imagine improvised
Stone,
wooden
wood.
bridge.
No, there seems to be an
Yes.
older existing stone bridge.
Oh,
as far as the reports are there.
You
You haven't visited there, but you need so
You need gunpowder, you need shatter. You need to just sink the bridge.
there is no such thing as gunpowder here.
Or we need a bunch of dwarven miners.
What are children going to do for us?
So, like, I guess,
Wrong
like,
kind of miner.
no sappers or anything like that's possible? Okay.
I mean, sapping would be with, like, with pitchforks and shovels and that sort of. No, classic mining, when you actually set up a fire so you can, weaken the ground beneath them, as opposed to blowing things up. Tolkien,
The dwarves might be the best bet if you bring that group with them, along with maybe the archers to keep them at bay.
I was just thinking that too. And maybe a second infantry unit if we wanted to cycle them out, or we needed to keep it up long enough for us to complete this mission.
We think they're already there.
Okay, let me. I think
that's a question.
I think I have to do sort of behind the scenes.
Go ahead.
Show my GM hand here, because otherwise,
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what you're doing.
Because we're way off base, aren't we?
There's one map that is an army map, and there's another map that is a battle map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wink, wink. There's your hint.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, I'm unconcerned with player stuff. I don't give a shit what map is which. I'm just trying to play a war out in my head.
I know, but if how can I say this? One scenario is the tactical scenario, and the other one.
Right, I'm not saying let's go fight the guys in the north on foot on ourselves, just the 5 of us. I'm just saying, which is clearly, by the way, what I assume is the army map.
So I think
looking for facial.
Potentially, the GM suggestion here is we have NPCs who, instead of destroying the bridge, could lead an army.
Mm-hmm.
Possibility, yeah.
To destroy the bridge.
Well, the thing about the army stuff is that we don't actually have to be there to lead said army.
Yeah, we can have the fucking paladin or whatever use their abilities to do it.
Right. I was never saying that we had to be there. Sorry, I don't know if that was the implication I was giving. Yeah. I just meant that we didn't have to be actually anywhere. That's why I'm saying that we can send our NPCs to the bridge, we could send the army up north, and we could guard whatever we want to guard ourselves.
Well, the army does have to have commanders, right?
Yeah, it's always assumed to have commander.
So yeah, we just have
and we have
paladin,
literally just enough units,
dwarf, mariner,
that one person can control all the things.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask Tavian. Do you want to go and personally control the army and head it north while we go deal with the bridge, or would you want to come with us to the bridge and we'll send Nibblehand?
We can also send the dwarf mariner.
Yeah.
Well, the marine.
Yes, and her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I, as Tavian, have other things to handle, but I can take control of an NPC to handle things. Because, I mean, I have 100 things going through my head right now. I'm just trying to... You guys keep wanting me to stop to keep talking about one thing or another. I know. Actually, you guys want me to shut the fuck up, but I'm not going to. I'm saying I have 100 things. Like, I want to discuss sending... If the Mystic Portal is open anytime soon, to see if we can get reinforcements from the Lizardmen. And possibly bring the fuck Hugh back home to help us out here.
I mean, I love that idea, but perhaps we should...
You have the calendar, actually.
Well, yeah, but I've never marked that on the calendar because there's so many random times the Mystic Portal opens.
There's a problem, though. They need to be really near the Mystic Portal for this to happen, and they're not.
There is one... they had one town that was real close by the Mystic Portal.
I mean, it'd take like a month to...
For
the cycle, right?
No, it's not every month.
Well, or longer?
Sometimes, yeah, but I mean, I don't know when the next one is. It's really GM fiat there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tavian, you can make an intelligence check or a nature check. Nature check.
Just figure it out.
Yeah. Nature check.
I mean,
not for the portal, for something else. It's a good idea, but it has a slight little problem. Yeah, with that, you realize that you're calling. You could probably get them to come here. The problem is the moment they cross into the portal here, you're gonna kill them basically.
Well, then I should be dead because you remember we're basically the same kind of species. If you're talking about blood type.
We're talking not blood type. We're talking about the fact that they're not acclimatized to winter. They don't have any winter gear. And therefore, you don't have the ability to buy or acquire enough winter gear for new units for them to be there. You could call them later if you need them, right? Or if you say, okay, we get enough winter gear for the Lizardmen, we can add them later. As a sort of instant, even if the portal's open right now, instant units, yeah, they're not going to last long. They're going to be in a severe disadvantage. less lizardmen, less taking somebody me. Like right now it's 80 degrees and you drop me in a place that's 20 degrees, I'm gonna shut down. I'm gonna like it's gonna be a shock to my system. It's gonna be very hard for me. Like, and you have me as sort of like go fight him.
Because I don't consider that because I'm a polar bear. I'm a fucking polar bear.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Not a bad idea, but I want to warn you from Eastern unit right now because you can. So even the portal's open right now.
How far away is Safeton again?
Safeton it is about 5 or 6 days, not even a week to the east.
Did they had a teleportation portal?
That you know of?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
There was a Tower of Sages though.
Right.
So
because if we use the communication network to get a message to Greyhawk, Greyhawk can mobilize cold winter gear, teleportation circle that to Safeton, or even their backup forces, which would make that a week away. Those forces then could march by the Mystic Portal if we were to organize there, drop off cold winter gear on their way to Narwhal, and thus get us 2 degrees of reinforcement.
I love the idea, but that does sound super convoluted.
It's not really convoluted when it's all half of it is on an instant transmission communication network. The only convoluted part is the teleportation circle part.
Axios, you're getting a message.
Yep.
And it's a very short message. It's sending saying, Safeton under attack by sea raiders.
Fuck.
Fire ships in the harbor. We're preparing to defend. And it's from the lady who runs the circus, because she's the one. She actually knows you personally, and she actually is the board, so she has sending.
Yep.
So she sent you that message.
Okay.
So yeah.
With your permission, then. With your permission, then I'm going to go ahead and get to Norwell before the army does.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'd rather send a rider out there, and I'd like to have you and Axios with me while we attack the bridge. Tavion, what would you like to do?
How far away is the mine?
I think just a little bit further than... Oh, do you mean like the kobold mine or a different mine?
The kobold had a tree, not a mine.
They were connected.
Well, the kobold.
Yeah.
The oak, right?
The tree mine.
The great. Well,
I don't remember being a mine. I remember being a spider's den.
It's both. It's everything at once.
No, the mine is close to it. Okay, I'm going to break down some walls here. Lessons, you told me I needed to go to a mine and get some stuff, so I'm talking about that mine.
Yes, the dwarven mine, yes, which the kobolds are working, in which the dwarven infantry comes from, because they have volunteers for that, so they join.
Right, so I need to go to that mine.
Okay.
And which time I can just NPC control an army unit or something.
Okay.
Right. Tavian, I trust you with the army and to relieve Narwhal.
Well, remember you need one thing. You need the
a brain
the things for the no, you need bodies, and you would need the crystal.
Right, no, yeah, but you said I needed to get the crystals from the mine. I can't do anything into the crystals until I have the crystals. So
yeah, so how far would that be? Let me check the map. It's not that far from where you are.
Yeah, I think it was right over here.
Yeah, right here.
It's 3 hexes.
And before y'all think I'm doing something selfish, A, I am, but 2, it'll help the war effort.
Right. And like I said, Tavian, I'm entrusting you to relieve Narwhal by whatever means possible.
No, I think you're misunderstanding again. I'm going to the mine. I'm not leading an army.
Okay. In that case, Nibblehand shall lead the army to relieve Narwhal. Tavian, best of luck with whatever your plan is.
What was the name of the marine dwarf?
I don't remember because it's just not on the list.
I don't remember any marine dwarf.
We met them at the port city.
You don't mean the diplomat that we keep talking to, the guy with the... I'm about to say, the dwarf with a giant beard. Like, that would make any difference.
The one whose cousin is the Firebeard miner.
Yeah. NPCs in the sea.
I might just be talking about the cousin. The guy we keep meeting at diplomatic events.
Not the guy. Not the politician. Like,
no.
or not the diplomat guy.
That's the only one I remember.
It was the Marine who got replaced by the captain.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the one that Hugh went fishing with?
Nope. The one in Hardby.
Oh, Hardby. I'm talking about Safeton.
Yeah. The dwarf marine from Hardby.
Oh, here's the problem: is I repeatedly said I have no idea what the fuck was going on in Hardby.
Oh, Theta, calendar question. The plate.
No, you're so far away.
So far away, damn.
I told you before in chat, I thought. No, I told you.
I keep losing track because time keeps moving forward.
Well, if time will do that.
It will.
I'm trying to find her. I'm sure I had it here somewhere. Where I put her. She's somewhere.
You're about 6, a little over 6 weeks. You're looking for Cold Even the 9th. We are currently in Fire Seek the 13th.
Is that next month? Tell me it's next month.
Yeah, sure. You know, I told you a little over 6 weeks, and you're saying, is that a month from now? Dump stat, huh? Intelligence dump stat?
I mean, she's part of your forces, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
I'm trying to find
basically, the dwarves are leading the army.
We know her last name.
Yeah, Firebeard. So.
Yeah.
Firebeard.
And then I think Wraith will pick up any extra units. Is that good? Because I don't know their proficiency bonuses, but I assume with the 3 of them, they can handle all of them.
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine. So it'll be up to us to go south, deal with the bridge, and hope we can put a stop to this.
No.
Right? Any further objections or notes?
She's here somewhere. We'll find her eventually, but yeah.
I'll tell you, of the 5 people I think I remember from Hardby, not one of them was a dwarf. Not unless the Dominatrix was a dwarf.
No, she was not.
Yeah, I think everyone was a human except for...
Well,
no, Melvin was human too, wasn't he?
Yeah, all of them were human. It was you were investigating one of them, and you talked.
Yeah, because the governor was human.
Yeah, she was a former ship's captain and one of the Hardby Marines. Maybe I put her. She must be here somewhere.
I think then, if it was part of the ship stuff, that was at the height of my confusion. When we were getting there, and I still had no idea what was going on.
Well, it's in her notes somewhere, but I don't. It's definitely not on the.
Yes, I found her. I know. Oh, actually, no. This is from Narwhal. She's cousin to Thydea Firebird, but that's not her.
She was such an important NPC that 3 people doing a dedicated search can't figure out who she is.
Yeah, I mean she's there. Don't worry about it. It's So okay. So what are you guys doing? Finally,
Tavian is going to his mine. The army is going north to Narwhal, and will try to intercept the army. And we're going to the bridge, and we're going to try stopping that one there.
Oh, okay. Are you taking Sevda with you?
Wait, who's Sevda?
Axios'
that's your
wife to be.
Axios' choice, right?
How do you not remember Sevda?
I remember, like, wait, whose decision is that?
To go to the bridge?
Yeah, and let's say that you're gonna leave our friend Marcus on the keep.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna go north, just in case. Because
presumably there is some force keeping the keep safe, right?
Yeah. So there's some basic cards. So either that way, our friend here won't be able to join us.
Look at that way,
this
Axios. Taking it to the bridge is a classic Bard maneuver.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of a whole war going on. I don't know that that's the best idea.
Did you not take her to the sewers?
No.
A romantic dates always happen in the sewers.
Literally brought her to the sewers.
It worked for the Ninja Turtles.
The who?
Technically, you guys brought me and her to the sewers.
Your fault.
Not my fault.
Highly romantic.
But honestly, I would probably recommend against it.
What, taking
Okay.
Sevda or the bridge?
Yeah, taking Sevda.
Do you mean the
Yep.
person capable of throwing multiple fireballs?
Yes.
Which can probably really... Well, never mind. We already discussed what fireballs do to stone. Never mind.
Yeah, it's kind of stone.
Shouldn't
It'll
that
melt the
shatter?
snow. I mean, no, I don't. No, she has fucking fire spells.
I mean, you say that like that automatically disqualifies Shatter, which is a lower level spell than Fireball.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Of the non-fire spells she has, there's Misty Step, Counterspell, Mage Armor, Chromatic Orb can be fire, and then like I guess Light and Prestidigitation.
She is the Pikachu of this campaign.
She is peak Pyromancer.
What's what I'm saying? Well, what's that? We've encountered something resistant to electricity. Quick, Pikachu, get better at electricity.
Yeah.
Axios, can you go ahead and put Shatter into my ring?
Yep.
Thank you.
I will put
So
Shatter and
Still got Atasha's in it.
yeah. I guess unless you want is Fairy Fire a wizard spell? Tasha's is probably fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm just
It'll do
thinking
what we need.
that fire is the most resistant of the all the elementals and all things.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
yeah.
she ignores resistance, just not immunity. That's why she had a hard time in the dungeon with the fire demon.
Mhm.
But not against things resistant to fire.
Well, hopefully they don't have a dozen demons on the bridge.
Oh, right, the Dubai. I keep forgetting what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's not jinx ourselves with demons, please.
Right? So
Either way, I mean, she's the
Are you
righteous
bringing
one,
her?
but I would say no.
Oh no. Okay.
I personally would not like my potential wife be in fucking war.
Oh, did you
Kind
propose
of
yet?
not great.
Potential.
I mean,
Didn't say fiance.
it's kind of implied.
How long can you get away with it being implied?
Who knows?
Until
I
the
should
end
know.
of the campaign, obviously. The wedding is the
Yep.
epilogue.
Yeah, obviously.
Chewbacca in the background.
Still without a medal. As he should be.
But yeah, unless she was like really wanted to, I would just not
All right.
ever go to fucking war.
So then it's the three of us versus an army.
Okay then.
Maybe I should have Nibblehead actually go with me.
Also, it means that I don't have to teleport her out if things go wrong. So
That's true. So the
Just
three of us versus an army. Let's do it.
yeah, nothing will go wrong.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we're gonna take you
Oh,
to
and-
the map then.
Yeah, and we send that message over to Hardby.
Yeah.
By the way, you got a sending from Safeton?
Yeah, ascending.
Yeah,
From
doesn't a sending allow you to respond, or does it not?
does it?
I thought
Yes.
it did.
Yeah, it should.
Like there's a limited amount of words or something like that.
Let me see. Yes.
24, I think.
25 or less words to a creature can answer in a like matter immediately. Oh yeah, so I can as long as it's 25 words or less. So I guess I will respond with our own status report.
Are you taking Alexander with you or not?
Alexander, you want to come with us?
Can the
I think-
two lead the army by just the two of them, or would they need a third?
No, they just don't need that many.
Say one
Okay.
person can control 5
So, yeah.
units.
Alexander can come with us, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw my token out here.
Let me do the copy and paste so that way.
Okay.
You're gonna have to heal your tokens, but otherwise. So
Yeah. I have
I
to
think I
long rest everything.
So
Uh,
Leo
this
has
is-
to be it. And let me give.
Good lord, I almost died apparently when I wasn't here.
Yeah.
lots of
there's
people
the-
got beat up really bad.
Then again, what
I
else
think
is
this is
new?
the wrong one.
This is the wrong one?
Yeah. Well, you should have the
The
one
round
with
one?
the actual. Yeah, the round one, right?
Yeah, I mean, the one? I think I do. Let me see. I have so many tokens. There you go. Let me
I mean, you
do
can
a
just set it as like the default, and then
yeah. Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure that okay, it's
Oh, man.
excuse.
Let me
Look at all
drag out
these
Nibble Hand
people
here.
and
No,
such-
you still under your old name, right? What was your
Barracat.
America, yeah. Still have you under that old name for some reason.
Hmm.
Oh, bad. No, actually, no. Yeah, I do have you on the axis. Here you go. Because I do have that. I have a map space where I assemble all my tokens. That way, if
Mhm.
I have to, armor class is 13, correct?
Yes.
Okay, making sure that's correct. Yeah. Copy. And let me paste you in. Look all squarish.
Cool.
Just to make sure, let me adjust your sheet as well. Edit your sheet.
And-
Edit. Use selected token.
Look at this. This is great.
There you go.
Nothing could go wrong with this formation.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, as soon as you approach, because it's daylight and it's bright, you're gonna have to make initiative
Okay.
rolls. So let me get everybody. Let me get the initiative, and you can see a wide. I mean, there's beyond the bridge. You can see tent and all. There's a much wider. But these are the
Mhm.
forces on the bridge, defending the bridge.
Is it
Yep.
dark out by
there
right
we go.
now?
No, it is as
No,
bright as you can
day.
see it in the map.
Dang
Gonna
it.
experience snow blindness here.
There is shadows though.
All right, that just
Yeah,
took
you
me.
have shadows. Yeah, that's true.
You can walk.
Where are the
like,
shadows located?
There's like
Well,
anywhere that's
right-
dark.
Over
Anywhere
there where the
that's
shadows are.
Robert's
Yeah.
shadow blind, actually.
Yeah.
As it turns out, the map lighting is accurate.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's good news.
Oh,
Yep.
I have a point to make. Hey, this is a really important battle. Maybe we should roll those power dice.
Ah.
Yeah.
And also use them.
Refresh memory power dice.
Roll a d4, and then we get to summon cool stuff with it, or increase our stats.
I'll do that.
Okay, I'm using my power dice.
I rolled a 2.
There
I got a
are,
4 on the pool.
Unfortunately,
I got a
only
4.
3 PCs here, so you only get 3 power dice.
Yep, but you know what? That's fine. We have 2 4s here. Hey, you want to summon 2 Questacodals?
I would love to.
Let's do that.
Well, actually, I won't be doing it because I'll be shattering and whatnot. But
Right, you'll be busy. I'll
You know,
be
someone else can do
taking the hits.
Let's start with wow, there's a lot of troops here, so this is gonna get
You'll be taking the hits, and Axios will be making the hits.
I would just like to point out I also still have the deck of many things.
Draw it!
why do you still have that?
Do it! Don't be a pussy, do it.
Draw 1 card.
I've actually considered it.
You never know, man. You never know.
I'll be honest, I was going to, if I was heading up to Narwhal, I was going to draw the deck just at least once to see if we could knock them out, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, get a wish spell, end the war, right?
And if I'm looking at this, a summoned creature. Control. Each of your turns thereafter. Okay, doesn't say like there's a time limit on it.
So I rolled a 2. What does that mean?
I believe that's how much dice you have
It means
available.
that there's a 2 in the pool. If you
A
wanted
2 in
to
the pool.
summon a creature, you'd be looking at, I believe, a CR2 creature.
Well, technically, Lael goes first.
It was a celestial or undead.
Lael goes first in the turn order, so he could use the 4s, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could also use the 4. These are a group resource. You could take a 4 or a 2.